Ridiculous Crime is a production of iHeartRadio.
Zaron.
Elizabeth.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm going to start talking like this.
I think it's a very
It
fitting
hurts
place.
to
Does
do
it
it too long.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then don't do that.
I won't do that.
If it hurts when you do that, don't do that. Thank you, doctor.
Thank you so much. That's great advice. Case closed. You know what's ridiculous?
Oh, my goodness, do I, Elizabeth.
Tell me.
Friend of the show, Sammy Hagar. Do you know how he got famous? Other than, like, the obvious, like, oh, he played music. Do you know, like, how that came to be?
No, I do not.
Well, aliens.
Well, okay. Well, then it makes perfect sense.
It was written in the stars, Elizabeth.
It really was.
Go back to 1970, just in your mind.
Okay.
And Sammy Hagar returned to Fontana, California with his wife.
God bless.
And new baby. And decided to pursue a career in music full time. Like, I'm going full hard.
And with a new
no
baby.
Stop. Yeah, totally.
That's the time to do it.
Sammy Hagar style. So he's in Fontana, and that's where he gets visited by, quote, a ship and two creatures inside of the ship. So, well, he was, by the way, not like in a field, not like driving his car on a backcountry road. He was in bed.
Oh, and it came, like, did the ship come in the bedroom?
And they were connected to me, tapped into my mind through some kind of mysterious wireless connection. I was kind of waking up, and they said in their communication to each other, no words spoke. Oh, he's waking up. We got to go. And they fired off a numerical code, but it was not like our numerical system. All of a sudden, pow! Connection instantly broke. So then he wakes up, and then in true Sammy Hagar style, he's like, what do I do with this information? How do I make sense of this? Should I talk to my wife, the mother of my new baby, about these aliens who told me I should go be a star? He's like, no, forget that. Scratch that. I'm going to Yucaipa, California. I'm going to talk to a psychic.
Oh, heavens.
So he talked to
Yucaipa?
a psychic in Yucaipa. And then they told Hagar, you need to go to San Francisco. Fame awaits for you. And
no, stay in Yucaipa. That's where you get famous.
I swear to God, it happened. Boom. He became Sammy Hagar, friend of the show.
Wait a second. So maybe
it was. See, don't doubt Elizabeth, because here we are talking about it.
I put it more for the Yucaipa
happened.
psychics than the UFOs.
Well, also, by the way, he also had another dream that his father, who he was estranged from, was drunkenly pounding on his door, demanding to see the new grandson. And Hagar, he's like, no, you got to go, man. You can't be here, man. The baby's going to wake up or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Moments later, the loud knocking resumes on the door. This time, he goes and he opens the door, and it was a bandmate telling him that it was his father had been found dead earlier that night. And so apparently the first time, it wasn't a dream. He had gotten up, but he'd seen a ghost.
Weird.
So ghosts and aliens were key to the formation of the Sammy Hagar we know, brother.
Dang.
So there you go. Ridiculous, right?
That puts the wabo in the cabo right
you can't have the cabo without the wabo.
No, you really can't. Do you want to know what else is ridiculous?
Oh, brother, do I.
Pretty much everything about the guy I'm going to tell you about.
Ooh.
This is Ridiculous Crime, a podcast about absurd and outrageous capers, heists, and cons. It's always 99% murder-free and 100% ridiculous.
Damn right.
We caught a good one here. I caught a case.
You caught a case?
Caught a case.
Tell me about it, Dutton.
This guy showed up, and it was like a fever dream.
Yeah, really?
I've said before about some cons that it's almost like I'm making them up. They're so good.
Yeah, is this where you can try to pull one over on me?
No. I promise you. It's like if you ask someone, are you a cop?
Yeah.
I'm saying, I'm telling you, no, this is true.
Okay.
This is a true one.
You got to tell me, man.
I know, I do got to tell you. I'm going to cut to the chase because there's just too much goodness.
Okay.
Less talk, more rock. Zaron, I want you to meet Kevin Trudeau. How do you do?
Former Prime Minister of Canada?
Yes.
The brother of?
Brother, Kevin. He was born in 1963, grew up in West Lynn, Massachusetts.
Okay.
Good. Number one good boy, this one. He was an altar boy. He played the organ at church, and that's not a euphemism. He was an honor student, sports guy. Played baseball, football,
wow,
like 42 blues, swing and a miss, ball four, all that. In fact,
yes,
he was voted most likely to succeed.
Okay.
Like, boom, right there.
Dude, I'm telling you.
It has been foretold. He was also super into magic.
Like the game or the
No,
pulling a rabbit out of the hat?
He was a child magician.
Yes.
And that's why he wasn't voted most popular. Why he instead was voted.
Most likely to be a cruise ship magician?
Yes. He went to nursing homes and he put on these little magic shows. He worked the birthday party circuit.
Mm-hmm.
And I really hope that he didn't get hired to do magic at parties of his classmates that he wasn't invited to.
Oh, man.
The parents are all, whoops.
Oh, we shouldn't have invited the magic Trudeau.
He had no stage fright, no anxiety. And the kicker, what made him the coolest.
Yeah.
At one point, he served as president of the Junior Clowns of America.
Did he also
quadruple?
Did he
boom.
also form it? He founded this, and he's like, "I am the president,
and I'm the president and the sole member."
I'm also a member.
He talks about how when he was in high school, he rocked the 3-hour IQ test.
Mm-hmm.
He took it, and it only took him 1 hour.
Okay.
But that's because when he was taking it, it dawned on him that the whole thing was garbage.
Uh-huh.
So he just filled in the D bubble for every answer.
And it took him 1 hour?
Oh, yeah, apparently. Yeah, I think I've got his IQ down now. Then he pulled a cool dude move and he got up and strutted out. And then he later said of this incident, quote, "I hopped in my 1967 Firebird convertible to enjoy my freedom from the classroom."
Wow.
Okay, cool, dude.
Dude, I'm just picturing young Matthew McConaughey
Yes.
playing this role.
So after this, you know what I'm picturing is, I'm totally dating myself here, but do you remember those Radio Shack commercials with the kid with the Unabomber wire rim kind of aviator prescription glasses?
I don't think I do.
Anyway, it was super dork.
Okay, I got one for you.
Yeah.
Do you remember on Family Ties, Justine
Yes.
Bateman had a boyfriend who was an artist, and he had
Nick.
curly Nick. That's who I'm
Yeah.
picturing. How about that?
Oh, he's actually cool. I'm looking at a dork.
Oh, you want a dork? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm picturing a cool guy.
Okay, well, so I'm thinking a dork who thinks he's a cool guy.
Yeah. See, okay.
Either way, that's not this, but this is just Kevin.
All right.
This is just Kevin Trudeau.
Just Kevin.
So
KT.
he does that. He gets later called out by the guidance counselor, and in front of other students, the dude apparently told him, quote, "You're a loser, and you're always going to be a loser."
Guidance counselor?
And then Kevin says of this quote, "I tried to put on a cocky, I could care less smile. I don't think I fooled anyone. I turned around and walked out of the room. I distinctly remember mumbling to myself, 'You're going to eat those words, baby. You're going to eat those words.'"
Wow. How many ninja and samurai swords does he have at home?
Oh my God, 100%. I have a couple of notes
Please.
on this.
I love notes.
First, it's "I couldn't care less," not "I could care less."
Yes.
Let's all
That always
remember that.
bothers you, yes.
Yeah, it's a pet peeve of mine. Another thing, how great is a high school student saying "baby" at the end of a sentence?
Oh, yeah.
I
I'm
love
loving
that.
his style.
Later, baby. Then he jumps into the Firebird, burns rubber out of the parking lot, but fishtails into a dumpster and it burns into flames. So we got this baby hustler cool guy, which also, P.S., I don't think the guidance counselor said that in front of
Oh,
everybody.
come on, Elizabeth. Why not? Let me have this.
Okay, I'll give you the legend. So it's at 15, it's the late 70s.
Great
and
time to be 15.
There was a business that was like a siren's call to him.
Okay.
Amway.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, he went to his first Amway meeting at 15.
Yes.
And the penny dropped. He decided that he wanted financial freedom, Zaron.
I'm going to be a diamond distributor.
So he started a mail order business. He got into the Amway. And he later told people that this all made him $1 million in profit by the time he was 18.
Damn. And by the way, a diamond distributor is a term from Amway. I had family who was in Amway.
Oh, really?
That's a rank in the pyramid scheme.
But I'm sure he was up there. If he's
I'd
pulling
be willing
in
to
$1 million,
bet. I realize it may
come
sound like
on.
I'm talking about rocks. I was like, no.
No.
Diamond
You
distributor.
got the
in
insider
Amway
knowledge.
System. Oh, yeah.
You got the insider knowledge.
If it's silly, someone in my family's done it.
Well, so Kevin, he's of that stripe. When he got out of high school, he started selling cars. And he was killing it. He was number one on the sales floor, baby.
Touch a used car salesman. I'm assuming they're used.
No.
They were new?
No, new.
Oh,
And his
wow.
colleagues would blow people off because they didn't think that they were goers. Kevin would step in and he'd chat them up, charm them, and then get them into the car of their dreams.
Maybe 2 or 3 cars.
Maybe two. Well, he really pushed car loans on the customers.
Oh, and that was new then.
According to Business Insider, quote, he would tell people, save your credit with your bank in case you need it for something else. Van Loo, his longtime mentor, recalls. Was it the best advice? No. Was he doing it to get you the best deal? Hell no.
Also no.
He was in it for the profit and money. He knew most people are idiots. It's like, okay.
He's a magician. Watch your money disappear.
Yes. So he graduated from car sales to the seminar circuit.
Of course.
And he gave talks about how he had techniques to help people improve their memories. That was a big one.
This is in the era of like Est and like a lot of personal improvement.
Yes.
Way before our modern like, oh, hey.
And while he was doing this, though, he had a side gig.
What was that?
Check kiting.
It's not a side gig.
Yeah, it is. October 25th, 1988, a grand jury indicted him on 7 counts of larceny for trying to draw on bank accounts of bogus checks. 2 years later, he pleaded guilty to depositing $80,000 in bad checks.
Wow.
Apparently, he impersonated a doctor when he met with bank officials. He served less than 30 days on that one.
Do you think he just walked in with a white lab coat and a stethoscope
and
around his neck?
And he was like, his pager's going off. He's like, hold on. And his handwriting was terrible. And of course, like he had explanations for all of it. According to the Washington Post, quote, Trudeau offered several explanations for his crimes. They were youthful indiscretions and not as bad as they sound. And besides, both were partly the fault of other people. And besides, he has changed. The larceny he explains as a series of math errors, compounded by the, quote, mistake of a bank official. As for why the bank thought he was a doctor, that was just a simple misunderstanding because he jokingly referred to himself as, quote, a doctor in memory. He still can't quite believe he was prosecuted. Give me a break, he says. He's got excuse for everything. So
it's like my uncle had a shirt, Doctor of Bootology.
Oh boy!
So he was like, "Hey, I study good booty. What are you doing?"
God. It's like from a beachfront, like
totally exactly
souvenir stand.
You know it.
Mm-hmm. So just a year after doing 30 days for bad checks, he got busted again. And this time he pleaded guilty to obtaining and fraudulently using 11 credit cards. He went from checks to cards.
Credit cards, bounce up.
He was stealing names and social security numbers to get cards, and he had almost $125,000 in Amex charges.
Wow.
And his explanation for this was that he'd been late in paying an American Express bill. And then he said that lowered his credit score and no one would give him a card. And we know that a credit card is your God-given right as an American.
Exactly, of course.
So, and he called these card denials insane. Quote, insane. And he was like, I have no other choice. He had to apply for cards under other people's social security numbers.
They forced me into this position.
Come on.
They were denying me my God-given rights.
How did he get these numbers?
The mail?
Good question. Why, he used the ones from the people who signed up for his memory classes. Like, I think he must have asked for their social security numbers at some point. Who knows?
Oh, Lord.
Either way, he did 2 years in federal prison for that.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's serious time.
Camp Fed, look out.
When he was in prison, he made a friend.
I bet he did.
A guy named Jules Lieb.
Okay.
And Jules, he was doing time for cocaine distribution. Rather,
real
attempted
crime.
distribution.
Yeah, sounds like it.
And the two, they hit it off. Kevin shared some of his self-help books with Jules. And they talked about the books a lot. Not so much the content, but the concept. And the books inspired them. When they were released, they became business partners.
Of course.
And they made infomercials and sold health products for a multi-level marketing company called Nutrition for Life.
Whoa, I was guessing based on the time they would get into nutrition.
Yes,
I was about,
and
did they
that's
start
what it is.
selling wheat germ?
And Kevin drew on his time with Amway to just like kill it at the MLM game.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He was about it.
That was the early MLM. Like, if you really wanted to figure out how to like make money off of
all
suckers.
the vitamin supplements
Yeah,
and stuff. Yeah. And he's this natural salesman. So he and Jules, they got out in 1993. By 1996, the company had tripled its sales. And most of that was thanks to Kevin, if we're going to be honest about
Go
it.
on, Mr. Lieb.
He's an amazing recruiter. And so, because like part of that is his tendency to maybe overstate things.
Yeah.
Like promise more than could be delivered.
Otherwise known
perhaps.
as lying.
Yeah. But isn't that the success, like the foundation of a successful multi-level marketing operation?
Pretty much.
Yeah, at least for the
every
founders.
great MLM is a great crime, I think.
That's right. That's right.
Or great lie. I don't
So
know.
Kevin inflated profit projections for distributors. He made crazy promises of like free vacations and stuff. People started to complain to Nutrition for Life. And he'd made these promises to so many people that they were starting to rise up. And Nutrition for Life, they wound up having to pay a couple thousand people to go on a weekend cruise.
And that's all they wanted.
That's all they wanted.
Just give us the vacation we were promised.
Yeah, they needed to keep them quiet. They gave them the cruise that they'd been promised, or like an abbreviated version of it, and they were fine.
Now, is Lieb the partner? Like, I mean, he kind of got lucky because Kevin's such a good salesman. So that's what I was saying. Smart job, Mr. Lieb. Is he like the one who's like calming them down while Trudeau was like
I don't know.
in as, like,
I have no idea.
Okay.
In 1996, the state of Illinois sued Kevin and Jules because they were trying to set up their own illegal pyramid scheme.
Okay.
And those two, they settled with Illinois and 7 other states by promising to stop doing illegal stuff. Okay. So Kevin and Jules, they part ways, but it's amicable. Jules thinks of Kevin as his life coach and credits him with opening his world up to the glory of multi-level marketing.
Yeah, he's like, I used to be on that cocaine, but now I'm on the real good stuff, which is dreams.
So Kevin, he stayed the course. He went bigger. He went to television. He pulled a Sheryl Sandberg. He didn't bully subordinates to snuggle with him in beds on transatlantic flights. Please read the memoir Careless People for more on that. No, he leaned in.
Of course. He leaned in. Yes.
He leaned in on infomercials. He got a taste of this working for Nutrition for Life. But now he's like, I'm going to take it to the big time. I'm Kevin. I go big.
Always get bigger.
Yeah. So
7 states. I want to get to 10 or 11 states.
He started with his classic mega memory training program, like the one that he'd done the seminars for.
Okay.
The Social Security number farming scheme.
Yeah.
Then he had the Sable hair farming system.
Sable hair farming? Is this like taking hair?
It promised to, quote, end hair loss in the human race. Then there was Dr. Callahan's addiction breaking system. And this was supposed to break a person of any addiction in 60 seconds, quote, virtually 100% of the time.
60 seconds.
60 seconds.
60 seconds to freedom.
You'll like this. The system was supposedly discovered when this, quote, Dr. Callahan was studying quantum physics.
Oh, of course.
It's big if true, Zaron.
Huge. I mean, they don't want you to know.
Well, then he was also selling Howard Berg's mega reading speed reading program.
Wow. He's just edging around all this stuff.
Oh, yeah. There was also the Perfect Lift non-surgical facelift. I mean, that's self-explanatory.
There we go.
Eden's Secret Nature's Purifying Product.
Okay.
I want to know what that was.
Can I guess?
Some of your favorite materials.
Oh, okay. No, just tell me. I don't want to guess.
Magnets.
Yes.
Magnets.
Lord love a magnet.
Eden's Secret Nature's Purifying Product was magnetic toe rings and magnetic mattress pads. Then there was crocodile protein peptide.
Wait, say that again.
Crocodile protein peptide.
Yes.
And biotape. That was an adhesive tape that he said would permanently treat pain by, quote, reestablishing broken electrical connections in the body.
Wow. He was like a real frontiersman.
Prolific.
For what we now live with.
He was pitching more than 50 bogus products. Oh, wow. And he made more than 1,000 infomercials. But not all of them made it to the air. Like maybe 300 or so, because he wanted like cream of the crop.
Sure.
By 2005, his media empire was worth $2 billion with a B dollars.
So he was doing all that in the 90s?
Yeah.
Okay.
2005 Washington Post article describes him as such, quote, this seems like a good time to note how extremely well-dressed Kevin Trudeau is in the fine tradition of TV salesmen and televangelists. Over the dress shirt is a butter-colored tie that precisely matches the pocket square tucked into his luxury Brioni suit. He wears alligator shoes. On his left wrist is a Rolex masterpiece dripping with diamonds, and on his right ring finger is a rock so big a child could choke on it. So if you think that this sounds like someone flying under the radar, you're wrong.
Not at all. Yeah, he's so far above the radar.
No, he was rich in 2005, despite the fact that in 1998 the FTC came calling.
Oh, thankfully somebody caught him.
They said that pretty much all his stuff was false and misleading. A court order barred him from making false claims for products in the future.
Okay.
Basically banning him from his greatest skill. And then they made him pay they made him pay $500,000 in consumer redress, established a $500,000 performance bond to ensure compliance. And then separately they went after this other thing that he was selling, Coral Calcium Supreme. And so Coral Calcium Supreme was a dietary supplement that he claimed was made from Japanese marine coral. And he said it provided the same amount of bioavailable calcium as 2 gallons of milk.
2 gallons of milk.
And it could be absorbed into the body faster than ordinary calcium.
Naturally.
And it could cure cancer, heart disease, high blood pressure, lupus. Again, big if true, Zaron. June of 2003, the FTC filed a complaint alleging that the claims about Coral Calcium Supreme were false, unsubstantiated. He entered into a stipulated preliminary injunction that barred him from continuing to make the claims about Coral Calcium Supreme and Biotape too.
Of course. Biotape's still probably on the market.
Yeah. So of course, a year later, he was found in contempt of court for violating this injunction.
He was still selling it.
Where he sent out direct mail pieces and made an infomercial for Coral Calcium Supreme. Let's take a break. How great would it be if one of his ads came on? Like, don't buy it, everybody.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Buy all the other stuff in the ads, but if you hear one for Coral Calcium Supreme, close your wallet. Zaron.
Elizabeth.
When we left off,
yes.
Kevin got in trouble for pitching Coral Calcium Supreme when he'd been barred from doing so. I guess he was just trying to clear the warehouse.
But he's worth $2 billion and his fines were $1.5 million?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is that?
He was like, you know
cost.
what? FTC fine.
Yeah.
He settled. The settlement, quote, bans him from appearing in, producing, or disseminating future infomercials that advertise any type of product, service, or program to the public, except for truthful infomercials for informational publications. In addition, Trudeau cannot make disease or health benefits claims for any type of product, service, or program in any advertising, including print, radio, internet, television, and direct mail solicitations, regardless of the format and duration. Trudeau agreed to these prohibitions to pay the FTC $2 million to settle charges he falsely claimed that the Coral Calcium product can cure cancer and other serious diseases.
So he's still only having to pay about 1% of his wealth, or not even 1,000th of his wealth.
He was the only person ever banned from selling a product on television.
Really?
Couldn't sell a product.
He's the only one?
Yeah.
Wow, and there have been some people on there.
So he's got to pay that $2 million. He's like, fine. He gives him $500,000 in cash. His house in Ojai, California, that was $1.5 million, and then threw in his 2003 Mercedes. And they said, you know what?
To sweeten the deal.
Yeah, if you misrepresented your finance, we are going to come at you for another $18 million.
Okay.
Yikes. So why would he do all this?
Loves money.
Why would he scam these people?
He doesn't respect other people.
Why?
He was voted most likely to succeed.
Why would he do this
costs.
even when the government tells knock it off?
Yeah, why,
There
Elizabeth?
has to be
why
a reason.
would he do that?
There's a reason. The Brotherhood.
The Brotherhood.
So not Brotherhood, the Showtime drama about Rhode Island corrupt politicians.
Okay.
No, The Brotherhood. And not the Brotherhood of Eternal Love, your drug dealer pals.
Of course.
No,
the
Brotherhood. And it goes like this. When he was in his 20s, Kevin was approached by a group called The Brotherhood.
Naturally.
Or so he claims. He later wrote that he could see why they targeted him. Quote, I fit a certain profile. Being adopted, needing to prove myself, obsessive desire to make money, no real family attachments, high IQ, willing to bend or even break the rules, all put me in a category of being an excellent candidate. So he said that the deal they offered him was pretty straightforward. Quote, they wanted to use my talents and abilities for their purposes of increasing their own billions and their own power, control, and influence over the masses. In exchange, I would receive health secrets, access to the inner circles of the rich and powerful, and the ability to live a life of luxury.
So this is the coolest Illuminati.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like a motorcycle gang Illuminati. The Brotherhood.
And then he said, not accepting would mean a life of meritocracy, financial struggles, and unfulfillment. It was simply an offer I couldn't refuse.
I bet, brother.
They're like, we have health secrets. So, look, Kevin, it makes sense now. I mean, that's the
all
only
coming
logical
together.
explanation.
That was the piece of the puzzle that was missing.
Yeah, now, okay, the Brotherhood, I get it. He said he was with the Brotherhood for 20 years, and it gave him a sneak peek into the lives of the wealthy and powerful. And most importantly, he really got to understand and see how they are the puppet masters for the rest of us. He saw behind the curtain.
Warren Buffett's in there. He's part of the Brotherhood.
Yes.
And Ron Popeil.
He said he saw everything. He saw factories, quote, where food is being genetically modified and manufactured with the sole purpose of making people fatter. And then he said he was tutored in the use of, quote, secret brainwashing techniques developed by the CIA that are being used in the news media and in advertisements for certain products.
That's what gangster rap is, man.
This is so like someone's goofy Facebook uncle. Do you know what else he saw?
I know. I want to guess.
Area 51.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Hangar 18, bro. He knows too much.
Yes.
He said he saw spaceships and dead aliens up in there.
Triangle-sized shapeships.
What did the Brotherhood get out of letting Kevin peek into their inner workings?
And also work with him for 20 years. I mean, 2 decades.
He would never tell anyone the specifics, but he did say, quote...
He wouldn't name names, I'm assuming.
No, he said, quote, I was used in covert operations around the world. I was virtually on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all while making hundreds of millions of dollars. They're like, Kevin, could you be an international man of mystery, please?
This is like the cooler CIA.
He's like, I guess. Yeah, like baby. And he peels out his car. He said that after 2 decades, it just became too much. He had to speak up. He had to tell the world, quote, I've seen the light. I was on the dark side doing evil. Now I have repented, changed my ways, and turned my life around. I regret and am very sorry for all of the bad things I've done in my life. Now I'm going against the masters that I once served. I am telling people the truth about big pharma, the food industry, the oil industry, governments, and the media.
And for $100, I'll tell you how you can...
So how does he go against his masters? Well, he wrote a book.
There you go, a book. I thought he had a whole seminar.
No,
with
DVDs. In
and...
2004, he published a book called Natural Cures They Don't Want You to Know About.
Oh, wait a minute.
The Mysterious They.
Yeah, this is starting to sound familiar, actually.
It was a bestseller. New York Times, Wall Street Journal list. It was number 2 on the USA Today chart, so you know it's got to be good.
Oh, it's got to be a page turner.
By 2006, he says he'd sold 5 million copies. I'm not sure I'm believing that one, but he said most of his books were sold over the phone, which I guess is a thing.
Yeah, people do that.
The books were $29.95 a pop.
Oh, like Time Life books.
Yeah. So what's in the book?
What is in the book, Elizabeth?
Good question. Natural remedies, mainly.
That they don't want you to know.
That they... The mysterious they don't want you. He explains how everything from like the common cold to heart disease can be cured with crocodile protein peptide.
Oh, I thought he was going to say garlic.
No. CPP, crocodile protein peptide. He also blows the whistle on the Brotherhood. He outlines how the federal government, pharmaceutical companies, and the media are doing all they can to keep Americans from living way beyond 100 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that we're just itching to do that, and they're holding us
Our bodies
back.
Want to do it, but the U.S. government's like, that wouldn't be good for the tax basis.
My mind is like, I think I'm good. Yeah. But my body is like...
raring to go. Champing at the bit.
He tells in the book, like, he hasn't been sick in decades.
Oh, he should call that guy Brian Johnson or whatever. He wants to live forever.
God, that freak.
He buys in apparently everything.
Yeah, he's probably read this book.
He's probably on crocodile tears or whatever.
His biggest push is for people to drink lots of water. I can get behind that. Like, I'm all for hydration.
Sure. I hear that's good.
He said that diet soda is just as bad as the regular stuff and causes weight gain and depression.
You can use it as a wood glue. That is true.
Well,
if you heat up Diet Coke, you can use it as a wood glue.
But it's just so good.
It's a tasty wood glue.
It's so good. Other gems in the book. Coral will cure cancer.
Of course.
There's a special shampoo that will reverse baldness.
Does he have magnetic underwear for sale? Because
I hear you've written about this.
I've worn magnetic underwear.
He repeats a lot of his stuff. He says he has an almost instantaneous method for beating any addiction forever.
Okay.
He talks about how MS can be cured by sleeping on magnetic mattress pads.
Multiple sclerosis.
This is all, it's all sounding familiar. He's just rehashing.
Going back to, he's playing the hits.
But without going on TV.
He's doing it in the book.
Yeah, he says in the book that prescription drugs are basically poison. Like even stuff for diabetes and blood clots. Total poison.
Diabetes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He gets very RFK Jr. with all of it.
I was about to say.
He says, quote, medical science has absolutely 100% failed in the curing and prevention of illness, sickness, and disease. Like
as opposed to the ancients who were known for their health and living.
Yeah. Talk to some people who've, I don't know, beat cancer.
Yeah.
Stop taking non-prescription and prescription drugs, including vaccines, he says. Quote, sunblock has been shown to cause cancer. Quote, don't drink tap water. Quote, animals in the wild virtually never get sick. Oh, really?
That's so not true.
quote, get 15 colonics in 30 days.
Oh,
You're gonna
Lord.
blow yourself out if
Seriously.
you do that.
You're going to bruise colon.
Quote, wear white. The closer you get to white, the more positive energy you bring to your energetic field.
Awfully white are
Oh
you,
my
Kevin?
God. I wear anything white, I automatically going to spill something on myself. Like I can go days, weeks without spilling anything. I put a white shirt on, boom.
3 spills.
Done. So the New York Consumer Board was appalled by him. Quote, this book is exploiting and misleading people who are searching for cures to serious illnesses, said Teresa Santiago, the New York Consumer Board chairman. What they discover is page after page of pure speculation. From cover to cover, this book is a fraud. People with real illnesses are being misled. The board also pointed out that the quote on the back cover of the book, one from Herbert Lay, former Food and Drug Administration commissioner, sounds a lot like an endorsement. And the only problem is that Lay died years before the book was written.
Well, you don't know when he put the material
Who
before
knows?
Lay. They might be friends in the Brotherhood,
They
Elizabeth.
probably know each other from the Brotherhood. So once again, the FTC wanted to step in, but they couldn't.
Why not?
The book was protected by the First Amendment. God bless it. Free speech.
Interesting.
He wasn't pushing products. He was pushing ideas that could lead the reader to products. And because of all this, he was able to get back on the airwaves. He was allowed to run infomercials for his book despite the lifetime ban because he was advertising the book, not products.
In the book, it wasn't considered a product.
Exactly. And so there's that little clause in there that about the ban that it has to be informational material.
Yeah. He's
So
like, check, got you, boo.
yeah, I'm sure he looked that over and was like, oh, you fools. He had a half-hour infomercial for natural cures that ran almost 150 times a week. And once more, he's in the spotlight. He's raking in the dough.
Yeah.
He went on a bit of a side quest here. In 2005, he founded the International Pool Tour. Pool as in billiards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking he's like hotboxing around in people's backyards. Like, so
He's going to go check out everyone's swimming pools.
Yeah, he's like, there's a really big one down here in
The
Irvine.
International Pool Tour.
A billiards tour.
Yeah, he wanted to, quote, turn 8-ball into a viable big league sport. Winners could take home $500,000 prizes. First round losers were guaranteed $5,000.
Kevin, I like where your head's at.
Most pool hustlers were cheap.
Yeah.
They're not high rollers at all.
No.
And they weren't working with like large winnings.
Yeah, not since like Minnesota Fats.
So this was huge. Like if you're a pool shark and you see these numbers floating around, so they all slithered out into the light and signed up for this thing.
Like, I don't like 9-ball. I'm all about 8-ball.
They knew that qualifying for the tour would mark them as professional hustlers for good.
Yeah.
And like,
that's not good for business.
and, no pun intended, blackball them. But the money was just irresistible, right? So for a little while, it was a huge success. But nothing gold can stay, especially when you're talking about pitting pool hustlers against each other.
Oh, no.
Zaron,
Yes.
close your eyes.
Eyes are closed.
I want you to picture it. It's 2008. The economy is tanking. People are desperate. You have a job that pays pretty well. You were hired a couple years ago to work for the International Pool Tour. You help coordinate the events. The owner of the tour, this guy named Kevin, is a flashy fellow who lives large. Fancy suits, nice cars, the works. And he's amassed a tournament just crawling with the craziest pool-playing characters around. You're sitting in a small conference room at a casino in Reno, Nevada. The muffled sound of slot machines hums in the background as you tap away at your laptop. The first gig you worked for IPT was the North American Open in 2006, held at the Venetian in Las Vegas. 200 players from more than 40 countries. There was $2 million in prize money, and the whole thing was broadcast live in Europe for 1 week straight in prime time. It was big, but IPT has been slowing down since then. You read the latest email you've received and blink hard. The order you've been given isn't a fun one. You're going to make a lot of people very unhappy. You get up from the table where you're sitting and walk out to the casino floor. Navigating the slot machines and the tables, you head to a makeshift arena area set up for the tournament. You open the double doors, enter the room, and let them close quietly behind you. Once shut, they silence the casino floor. In front of you are a smattering of pool tables. A long table runs along one side of the room with space for observers and judges. Groups of pool players mill around. They all abide by the tournament dress code. Suits, long-sleeve shirts, leather shoes. There's a whole lot of pinstriping going on here, and many of the gentlemen feel that a maroon dress shirt really classes things up. A custodian vacuums the carpet on the other side of the enormous room. You pick up a clipboard and tap a pen against it to get everyone's attention. They turn and look at you. The chatter stops. So does the vacuum. "You here to pay us out?" a guy in a fedora asks. "Well, little announcement, everyone," you say. About the prize and participation money." The pool shark eyes all narrow at you. One guy stares menacingly while chalking the end of a pool cue. "Yeah, what about it?" he mutters. You tell him in halting, stumbling sentences that the tournament is not able to pay out any of that money at this time. Two of the pool sharks toss their cues to the ground. They all step forward towards you. You stammer that they'll get paid, just not immediately. And it won't be all of the money at once. They'll each be put on a payment plan. "Payment plan?" one guy yells. You nod. You're just telling him what the email you got said to say. And you pulled up the account information for the tour. There's nothing in those bank accounts. Empty. $13 million seems to have vanished. "Yes, payment plan," you repeat back. The group mutter and begin to scatter, grabbing their things and shoving their cues into custom carrier bags. We'll all get paid," you announce weakly to the departing pool hustlers. One lifts his arm and gives you the finger as he walks away. We'll get paid," you realize you're telling yourself too. Zaron, they did not get paid. Ever. Yes. Let's stop here. When we come back, more hustling, and not just hustling of the hustlers. Zaron.
Elizabeth.
So when we left off, Kevin Trudeau had launched a pool tournament with much fanfare and excitement, only for the whole thing to go belly up and implode a couple of years later.
Yes, I think I have vague memories of this pool tour. Because I love 8 Ball.
Oh, yeah. He also dabbled in the casino of it all and sold a supposedly, quote, surefire system for winning at Baccarat.
Not my game.
No, that endeavor raked in over $1 million for him.
Did he also do TV infomercials for this?
Probably.
Okay, so that also, I have a hazy memory.
They're all like late night, yeah. But as you can tell, it didn't rake in as much of anything for the dupes who fell for it as it did for him. In 2009, he tapped into the self-help market and he released a 14 CD set called Your Wish is Your Command.
There it is.
He said it was recorded at a secret location in the Swiss Alps. And it was a guide to success, obviously. Yes. And it connected to the Brotherhood.
Of course, it has to.
This 14 CD set was sharing with the world all the tips for mega success that he picked up from his time in the Brotherhood.
He's sharing a lot of what they don't want us to know.
They, the mysterious they. So spinning off from this, Kevin started his own Brotherhood.
Oh my God.
A, quote, exclusive private membership-only club called the Global Information Network, or GIN.
Players Club International.
Yes, per Business Insider, quote, a membership organization designed to offer access to numerous motivational speakers for a monthly subscription fee and a multi-level marketing company, GIN was set up with the assistance of a, quote, council made up of 30 billionaires and other powerful figures, Trudeau claimed. Though the council remained anonymous, the organization attracted more than 30,000 members at its peak and brought in millions of dollars a month. Among this advisory council, the website boasted, were, quote, a former prime minister, members of various royal families, a former president of a major country, generals, billionaires, tycoons, industrialists, politicians, a current Supreme Court judge, major media moguls, and several celebrities you would know by name.
So I could actually get the inside scoop from Clarence Thomas.
I was going to say that has to be who it is. It has to be Clarence Thomas. Of course, if you joined, you had to recruit other members, and then you got a little of their dues as a finder's
that's
fee.
That's the Amway bit.
Exactly.
That's how that works.
And this became a huge cash cow for Kevin, but it wasn't enough because nothing ever was.
No.
He
got
had
that hole.
He had another scam
Can't
going
be
that was
filled.
gaining steam.
Which is?
2007, he released the weight loss cure they don't want you to know about. And it was basically based on Simeon's protocol, which is a technique developed by a British doctor in the 50s that was purported to reset the hypothalamus.
Oh, okay.
That would let the patient lose weight.
I thought it was just reset the glycemic index for a person. No, the hypothalamus,
yeah.
of course.
So according to Business Insider again, quote, among other things, the cure, which includes an array of do's and don'ts spread over 4 stages, requires the subject to limit him or herself to 500 calories per day for a period, walk for an hour a day, receive regular liver, parasite, heavy metal, and colon cleanses, and take daily doses of coral calcium.
Naturally, gotta bring it back.
He or she is also advised to avoid air conditioning and fluorescent lighting, microwaved food, over-the-counter medications, prescription medications, fast food, and food from national chains. Most important, the subject must receive regular injections of human chorionic gonadotropin. Is that it? Gonadotropin?
Yeah, close enough, yes. But also, this is basically all the stuff RFK is literally selling now.
Yeah, totally.
Or like pushing.
HCG.
Yeah.
So that's a hormone found in the human placenta. HCG is essential to Simeon's protocol, though in the U.S. it can be taken only with a prescription.
Yeah.
So this one the FTC could not ignore or let slide.
You really cannot.
No. So along with the U.S. Attorney's Office, they determined that the infomercials for the weight loss cure were totally misrepresenting what was in the actual book.
Oh, Lord.
So the infomercials said that, quote, the protocol can be completed at home and you don't have to go to a clinic to do it. But that's not what the book says. In the book, Kevin tells the reader that you have to get your injections from your doctor. And you can't do your own colonics. You have to go to a pro for that.
Sure. You really shouldn't put the hose up your own tutor.
No. And while the book was very specific about HCG, the infomercials just talked about, quote, a miracle, all-natural substance that you can get anywhere. So, yeah, whatever. Kevin, he sold more than 850,000 copies of the book, and he made around $39 million off of it.
Are you kidding?
We're in the wrong business.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Why do we have morals? Like, why are we just damned
It's holding us back.
with morals?
Holding us back. A court order was issued.
Why do we like people, Elizabeth? That's what's holding us back. This whole like, oh, I want to entertain people and I respect people. And like, we should be just raking stuff.
We should. It would be a much easier life.
Totally.
No, I don't know.
It's like rolling a ball downhill, but into a pile of money.
Oh, man. It's not in the cards for us. So he gets this court order forbidding him from running the infomercials. He's undeterred. In a year's time, he ran the infomercials 32,000 times.
Catch me if you can.
And these are real corkers. The Chicago Tribune wrote, quote, Trudeau described being virtually immune to weight gain despite a diet that he said includes prime rib, gravy, butter, hot fudge sundaes, wine, and beer. No hunger, no deprivation, no exercise, Trudeau says in the ad. I can eat whatever I want now, anything, and as much as I want, anytime I want. No restrictions now. So in 2007, he was finally found in contempt of his TV ban. And the next year, a federal judge banned him again from infomercials in which he had an interest. And that was to last for 3 years. He also had to pay back $37.6 million to consumers for misrepresenting the contents of his book. And there was a receiver appointed, and they were able to find some of the money, but not all of it, like not even close. Yeah. In 2013, he was held into contempt for never paying the $37.6 million that he owed.
Sure.
So a judge froze his assets, including a bunch
Finally, somebody does a reasonable move instead of this like, come on, don't do this, Kevin.
Right. So they got his businesses, offshore accounts. The judge wrote that he has seen, quote, evidence that Trudeau is living much more like a prince than the pauper he professes to be.
Seriously.
Like, ooh, do tell. Well, he used high-priced lawyers. He drove a $340,000 Bentley.
Damn.
He had 2 personal chefs and a butler. 2. Yeah. According to the Chicago Tribune, quote, the government also found that he'd recently spent $894.30 on a single visit to a liquor store, $780.48 in 2 trips to Whole Foods, which I'm like, well, I could.
Yeah, you could do that easily.
$359 for 2 haircuts at Vidal Sassoon. $1,057.88 on high-end meat products at grasslandbeef.com, and $920.86 on cigars. Trudeau told the judge he was forced to use the bank accounts the court had frozen because, quote, I had no money for food, adding that he wanted to comply. He wanted to comply with the court's orders and, quote, wasn't thinking when he mistakenly got the pricey haircuts. Oops.
I don't know what I was thinking. It's the only hair place I know.
I know. It's just I get in this habit. Yeah. You get in your car and you forget where you're driving.
You just start driving, you end up at Vidal Sassoon.
Exactly. So no one really knew how much money he'd made at this point. Like he told people he was worth north of $200 million. And that seemed to be a lowball estimate since it looked like he was taking home 20% of sales revenue for everything. A lot of analysts suspect he was a billionaire, which is wild. We do know that between 1999 and 2013, he pulled in more than $500 million in revenue, and the government wanted its hands on this loop.
And also, he could be taking some of this money and putting it into like legitimate things like apartment complexes and reaping money that way.
Yeah, all those investments. Kevin, he's determined to like keep the government away. Business Insider wrote, quote, a good bit of that money, $5 million, went to pay a specialist in asset protection, Mark Lane, who court records show helped him set up more than 24 business entities in Belize, Nevis, Switzerland, Hong Kong, Mauritius, the Isle of Man, Panama, the Cook Islands, and the Seychelles, places where money can be squirreled away beyond the reach of the U.S. government.
So he just went down the list of where you hide money.
Absolutely, the checklist.
It was like the Panama Papers. It's like, here's where all the money goes.
Yeah. Well, then he started moving stuff around. One of his companies, Natural Cures Holdings, was sold to a former business associate for $100,000 to hide that asset. Other companies were transferred to his wife, Natasha Babenko. Okay. She had nothing to do with the businesses at all up until that point. Yeah. Kevin was not good at covering his tracks and all this.
Is it because of arrogance or just like...
I think it's, a little bit of arrogance and
like,
just thinking
what are you
you're above
do?
it.
He keeps getting like caught but not really caught.
Yeah. He put some of his plans in writing. He sent emails to business associates with like how it was all going to go down.
Always smart move.
Quote, GIN must get money out of the USA and into banks overseas. So, he's little operation bringing in millions a month.
Still doing magic tricks, apparently.
Quote, never keep more money in the USA than needed. Every company needs, all caps, accounts offshore, all caps, and then like a dozen exclamation points. He washed money at casinos, like doing the cash for chips for cash thing.
Okay.
He bought gold bars. When the government asked, he's like, dude, I'm broke. All I have is a couple suitcases of clothes. Yeah. That's it. And he said pretty much every other thing, like money, trinkets, gifts, any random items were sold off for cash by the receiver.
And just keeping the money offshore so where the U.S. government can't get to it or track it.
Yeah. And in 2013, the court-appointed receiver finally got their hands on GIN. And it was eventually sold off to a bunch of Kevin's former associates for $200,000 plus a portion of the membership fees.
So they can make illegitimate money.
It still exists today.
Unbelievable.
There's a website. It's amazing. It explains that there are 12 membership levels, and there's a chart that tells you how much the membership fees are for each level, but like almost. So for level 1, the initiation fee is $1,500, and monthly dues are $150. The benefits column says that this level gets access to the level 1 membership sections of the GIN website and access to all GIN events with ticket purchase. So they let you into something that you buy tickets for. Got it.
It's like the world's worst gym membership.
The cash bonuses perks reward column on the chart for level 1 simply reads classified.
You'll know when you know.
Yeah, which is what every cell in the rest of the chart reads for all the other levels. Is classified. Darn. So what are the events, right?
Yeah, what are the events, Elizabeth?
4 major weekend events each year, including an annual 5-night luxury Caribbean cruise.
Always with the cruises.
Always. 4 one-day seminars and awards rallies every year. Workshops, webinars, expos, quote, Mastering the Success Mastery course events.
This is so the like Amway timeshare community adjacent. I mean,
they have GIN adventures, local chapter meetings, symposium, global conventions.
Okay.
They meet in hotels all over the world, or so they claim. 5-star resorts, lots of like Fairmount and Four Seasons properties, as well as Trump Doral in Florida. That's a seal of quality. The website says that they are also in the process of establishing clubhouses all over the world world.
Clubhouses.
Even buying a cruise ship. I have no idea how anyone with 2 brain cells to rub together would look at this and think it's on the up and up. But what do I know?
I hate to tell you about the state of the world, Elizabeth.
I know. So back to Kevin. 2014, Kevin was sentenced to 10 years for, quote, contempt for violating a 2004 court order that prohibited him from making deceptive television commercials that misrepresented the contents of his weight loss cure book. You know who was inside with him in the clink?
Bernie Madoff.
No, close. Former Illinois Congressman Jesse Jackson Jr.,
Oh, Lord.
a bunch of mayors, and Jeffrey Skilling, former CEO of Enron.
Yes.
It's white-collar crook central up in
Wow.
there. So November of 2022, he got out of prison.
Mm-hmm.
He still owes the government money. FTC lawyers say there's still $30 million unaccounted for. Do you remember his wife, Natasha Babenko?
Babenko, yeah. Hell yeah.
She's now his ex-wife.
I guess that.
She voluntarily handed over documents to the FTC that she took from their mansion outside of Chicago and from their place in Zurich, Switzerland.
She's like, what can I keep if I give you this paperwork?
She said that these reveal the location of all of his overseas assets.
Oh, snap.
And she told the FTC lawyers that the Zurich house was full of all these like jewels and gold bars. Kevin was like, oh, that's all Natasha's. Natasha said that some of it was in safe deposit boxes in her name, but she's not the one who put it all in there. The Chicago Sun-Times.
Do you believe her?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I think
the way
she
she's
just,
cooperating, it seems like she's
totally
trying to get free of this mess while still holding what she can.
Yeah. The Chicago Sun-Times reported, quote, the first time she had ever seen a gold bar, Babenko said, was when a TSA agent searched Trudeau's carry-on bag at O'Hare Airport.
And pulled out gold bars.
In the years that followed, she saw Trudeau handling them often at their home in Oakbrook, and once saw him put a box of gold bars into a duffel bag before a spur-of-the-moment trip to Guatemala.
A box of them.
Yeah, I would see gold bars next to the jewelry, see him taking them in and out of the safe, she said. It was a very common thing to see, like him smoking a cigar every day.
The man just likes to touch gold.
Yeah.
Some people touch grass, he touches gold.
In January of 2023, he was found in contempt for failing to report to court in the spring of 22 after he ended his time in a halfway house after he did 8 years inside. He managed to not get sent back inside for that one, though.
Oh, good on him.
The Sun-Times reported that as of 2023, quote, from the few $1 million in assets identified by the receiver, the FTC has twice made payouts to around 600,000 people who bought copies of Trudeau's books, but the checks totaled around $25.
Oh, so they basically got the price of the book back.
Yeah, they got a refund. It's a pittance. You know who wasn't living on a pittance? Kevin.
What was he living on, Elizabeth?
Fox 32 Chicago reported that, quote, the Kevin Trudeau fan club, founded by devoted followers to route money into Trudeau's commissary account while he was serving a federal prison sentence for making fraudulent claims in infomercials, has raised approximately $3 million.
His fan club of suckers.
His fan club for prison commissary
He's
funds.
busted, and they're like, oh, but
do you have any idea how much ramen
he's a
could buy?
political prisoner.
Yeah. Quote, of the $3 million raised, only a little more than $1 million has gone to pay the FTC, commission lawyer Jonathan Cohen noted, while Trudeau has directed the fan club manager to make $7,500 payments to, quote, volunteers who help maintain his website, and also to a woman Cohen identified as Trudeau's girlfriend. Cohen also noted that the fan club website until recently was selling a Tesla device with claims that it would lower blood pressure and blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and increase circulation, all health benefits Trudeau himself is barred by the court from promoting. The club counted several donors who made multiple 5-figure gifts.
5-figure? Elizabeth, why are we cursed with morals?
I don't know.
There are so many suckers out there, apparently.
Seriously. Kevin, can't stop, won't stop. Kevin also makes ends meet by putting together speaking gigs, and he got a job. He was hired as a salaried employee of the Global Information Network.
He hired himself.
What's your ridiculous takeaway?
That there are still, after all of this, people giving him 5-figure, donations. I that I was raised with the idea that it's not like my dad celebrated con men, but he basically glorified them. But he really was amused by them and loved the story. So I learned a lot about the criminals of the world, Italian gangsters, con men of America's history. But he always would tell me, the whole W.C. Fields, which I've quoted before, never give a sucker an even break. But And it bothers me that I just cannot, as I keep joking, profit off this awareness. But there are so many suckers and they have so much money.
I know.
Like, how do they have this money? Other than like inheritance, how do they have this? Like, how are you going through the world and how are not, like, apparently there's just not enough con people out there who are like just vacuuming up funds from these people that they are able to get so far in life.
I think a lot of
amazing.
I think a lot of it is that people have some money and they spend it on things like this, on like a hope and a dream that it will get them more.
So this is like life savings.
And other things go on to then credit.
Yeah.
And then that's when you see them declaring bankruptcy.
No, I definitely feel bad for these people as victims of their own, I don't want to say hubris because it's not that, but like their lack of self-regard that they can think that somebody like Kevin is going to actually look out for them and give them the inside scoop on something about their health or how to be the person they've always wanted to be. I feel very bad for them, but I'm astounded that they have so much when I know a lot of really competent people who have so little, and I'm always like,
but
how
I think too
be?
that this highlights the sort of the curse of critical thinking is that it so often leads to disappointment. That when you hear something and you read it or see it, and then you think, is this true? And you look it up and of course it's not. Well, there's the disappointment that this magic cure isn't out there, or, they always talk about, this ancient cure that no one recognizes.
Yeah, it's either ancient or brand new.
Yeah. And it's like, well, no, that's
Nothing's
not how
time-tested.
science works.
Yes.
And, there's a reason why we don't do these things.
Not peer reviewed.
But it's disappointing because you want to have the key that opens something up, or even if it's something of outrage. I have friends who forward me things on Instagram, the little reels or whatever it is, and it's some like it's going to get you all mad because they'll say that some program has been implemented or whatever.
Sure.
And it doesn't sound quite right. And when you go and actually look it up,
It's
your
not
critical
true.
thinking skills take the wind out of the sails.
And that's another thing is there's so many scams these days. How many people, I don't know how people still have money with all the scams.
Honestly?
Even legitimate companies basically scam you where it's like, you get given your email and all of a sudden they're like not lying to you, but essentially lying to you about what is available or what you can do. And then you get involved, you're like, you find out you can't, or like unsubscribing is difficult. Like everything is just so scammy.
Or things that you would normally buy and be one and done become a subscription service.
God, yeah, don't get me started.
It's like, the brakes on your car. Subscription service. Anyway, yeah.
What's your ridiculous takeaway, Elizabeth?
The scamming, I see these things and I'm just blown away that people aren't automatically reading it as an absolute scam. And especially a lot of the health stuff.
Totally. And it's just become more popular. You think people we get the idea like, oh, like I should be a little wary because there's so much. And I've heard for so many years now about so many stories, but that's not the case. They're like, no, this is the one.
Well, and the thing is that the disappointment of critical thinking in all of this is that all of his claims are that, no, it's not easy, that there are things that you have that are hard to do health-wise. There are also things that are inevitable.
Yeah.
So that's my takeaway.
There you go.
That's my takeaway. I need a talk back.
Talk back. Oh my God, did he just say that?
OMG.
Hi, Zaron and Elizabeth. This is Chance from Colorado, and I'm currently listening to your Black Panthers Skyjacker to School Teacher episode. And I just want to give a heartfelt shout out to everyone that's needed a free breakfast or lunch and your appreciation for the institutions that provide those for us. I was once a hungry school kid, and I understand how hard it is to learn on an empty belly. Appreciate y'all.
Hell yes.
We definitely appreciate you.
Yes. A million times yes. It's, you think about the basic things that we as human beings have to do for other human beings and caring for them, and like particularly for children, like you're saying, like you can't learn on a hungry belly.
Oh, yeah.
And it makes a world of difference. So think about, putting your support toward that, children and adults too.
And we've talked about, and jokingly, but in all serious terms, we've talked about like, oh, I want to change myself or change the world. Feeding somebody, especially a child, is a great place to start to change both yourself and the world in a legitimate way. And it's not very difficult and not...
To put it into monetary, there's an incredible return on investment.
Exactly.
Too,
and you will feel a lot better about yourself if you do it.
More importantly, exactly.
It's like if you want to look at it in the selfish terms, you'll also be able to see, oh, look at what I've done.
That's
so you
right.
get it all the way around.
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
So there you go.
That's it for today. You can find us online at ridiculouscrime.com. Did you know they got good news at the website?
Wait, news?
Yeah.
What
the
was it?
website just got its test results back, and it is negative for colorectal cancer.
That's amazing.
They sent their poop in. The website did.
That was hard to collect.
It was really, I wasn't there, but apparently, like, you go into those servers and, like, yikes.
I heard the straining.
Oh, really? Oh, yikes. We're also at Ridiculous Crime on both Blue Sky and Instagram. We're on YouTube at Ridiculous Crime Pod. Email us at ridiculouscrime@gmail.com. Leave a talk back on the iHeart app. Reach out. Ridiculous Crime is hosted by Elizabeth Dutton and Zaron Burnett. Produced and edited by the guy who knows what they don't want you to know, but it's the stuff you should know, Dave Kustin. Starring Annalise Rutger as Judith. Research is by Global Information Network Senior Vice President of Possible Cruise Ships, Marissa Brown. The theme song is by Global Information Network members Thomas Lee and Travis Dutton. Host wardrobe is provided by Botany 500. Guest hair and makeup by Sparkle Shot and Mr. Andre. Executive producers are Coral Calcium Futures traders Ben Bolin and Noel Brown.
Ridiculous crime.
Say it one more time.
Ridiculous crime.
Ridiculous Crime is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.